Namaste to one and all. Welcome back to another session of Science at Your Tips. Now in this session we are going to complete the long question answers. Children, before sessions we have already completed objective and short question answers. So let us start this session with the long answers. The first question: state the laws of reflection. Describe an activity to show that incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. First, the laws of reflection. Two laws we have. The first law is going to show us incident ray, normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Then second law, angle of incidence becomes equal to angle of reflection. Then here we have one question to prove that incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So to prove that, let us take one cardboard sheet and a comb, a mirror strip. Then what we have to do, with the help of the torch, we have to focus the light on the other side of the comb. Then what happens here, only one incident ray is going to fall onto the plane mirror and it is going to reflect. Then whenever it is going to reflect, there we have to observe in whether they are present in the same plane or not. So to do this only, we are going to do a small thing here. Whenever we take the torch and focus the light onto the plane mirror, one reflected ray is formed. This reflected ray and our incident ray and also normal, all are present in the same plane or not, we are going to prove here. So for doing that, what we will do, first of all, we are going to focus the light onto the plane mirror with the help of the comb. Then what happens? Here, whenever the reflected ray is formed, just you can take a small scale or any pen or anything. Exactly in the middle of the incident ray and reflected ray, you are going to put it. Then after that, slowly what you do, you just bend that paper wherever reflected ray is projected. Then what happens? The reflected ray will not be present on the paper, but instead of that, it is going to travel straight. It is going to travel straight. It is not present on the plain paper. Again you put it back. Then you can observe the reflected ray present on the plain paper. So first you have bent that paper, you are unable to get it. But again when you are bringing the paper back to the original position, then you are able to observe that reflected ray there. That means this cardboard or white paper which is spread on the table, it represents one plane. The incident ray, normal at the point of incidence and also reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Whenever you are bending, you are creating a plane different from the plane in which the incident ray and normal lie. So you did not see that reflected ray. But whenever you make it, whenever you are bringing the paper back to the original position, you are able to see that. Means it indicates that the first law, whatever we have, that is the incident ray, normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. This is the first law of reflection. Okay. So by doing this activity, we have proved that the first law is correct. Then coming to the second question. Trace the path of the reflected rays in the following ray diagrams. Whenever we want to trace the path of the ray diagrams or we want to draw the reflected ray, then what we have to remember? We should remember the second law of reflection. Angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. In the first diagram, if you observe, the incident ray is coming towards the plane mirror through the normal. Means the angle of incidence equal to 0. So that is why what happens, angle of reflection also will become 0. So that is why it retraces the path. Even in our multiple choice questions, also we got that question. When the incident ray is coming towards a plane mirror through the normal, then what happens to the reflected ray? It retraces the path. That only we have drawn here. Then second one, It is showing the 30 degrees angle with plane mirror. Incident ray and reflected ray are making incident ray and plane mirror are making an angle 30 degrees. That means the angle of incidence equal to 60 degrees. How can we measure? Normal and plane mirror will have the angle 90 degrees because the perpendicular line drawn on the plane mirror is known as normal. Okay, perpendicular means 90 degrees. Then 30 degrees is the angle made between incident ray and plane mirror. This is not the angle of incidence. 90 minus this angle, 90 minus 30, that means 60 degrees is the angle. So reflected ray also will go from the plane mirror by making 60 degrees angle with the normal. So that is why we have to draw the line like this. Otherwise, one more line we can draw which is showing the normal. So angle of reflection also becomes equal to 30 degrees. With the help of protractor, if you draw, you will get even very correct answer. Then C question. Here we have some source, yes. From there we have two incident rays. One ray coming towards a plane mirror by making 0 degrees angle. Another ray is making some angle. It is more than 0 degrees. So what we have to do? First case, we have to draw only one line which is retracing the path. Another line we have to draw the reflected ray which is making the angle of reflection which is equal to angle of incidence. Then the next one, D question. They are showing that 45 degrees is the angle of incidence. Then angle of reflection also will become equal to 45 degrees. With the help of protractor, we can measure the angle and we can draw the reflected ray. Then coming to the third question, draw a ray diagram to show the formation of image of a point object by a plane mirror and a convex mirror. Here you can see the ray diagram which I have drawn. With the help of the plane mirror, if you want to get a point object, if you want to get an image of a point object with the help of plane mirror, we can draw the ray diagram like this. From the object, two incident rays are falling onto the plane mirror. Then again they will be reflected. These two reflected rays are diverging from each other. That's why we will draw the dotted line extending. These two dotted lines are meeting at the point I, which is showing that image formation. Here apparent intersection is there. Because of that we are getting the virtual image. Then coming to the convex mirror, here also we are getting the virtual image. From the object we are getting the two incident rays. One is parallel to the principal axis. Another one, it seems like going through the center of curvature. So parallel line, when the incident ray is parallel to principal axis, it seems like going through the focus. Actually it diverges, but we have to draw the extending line, dotted line we have to draw, which is going through the focus. Then one more line, one more incident ray which seems like going through the center of curvature. Again it will retrace the path. So these two lines, wherever they are meeting, that point at that point image will be formed. That only is shown with the help of A dash B dash. AB is the object, A dash B dash is the image formed. Coming to the fourth question. Three persons are standing at points P, Q and R in front of a plane mirror. Can P see himself in the mirror? Also, can he see the image of Q and R in the mirror? Just observe this ray diagram I have drawn for R. R, if it is taken as object, from R two incident rays are falling, green colored lines I am showing there. Then what happens? It is going to reflect back. The red colored lines are shown as reflected rays. These two are diverging. That's why again we have drawn the dotted lines here. Extension of the reflected rays. These two are meeting at this point. So there we are going to get the image of R. Same like that for Q also will get the image. Then P. He is unable to see his image in the mirror, but he can see the image of R and also Q, because you can see the position, how he is standing there. How he is standing, from that position the R image of R can be seen, and even image of Q also can be seen by So we can say that according to this given details, we can consider that three persons are standing at the points P, Q and R in front of the plane mirror. P cannot see himself in the mirror. It is significant to know that, but he can see that other two persons including Q and R. This is because images which are formed in the mirror. Coming to the fifth question. With the help of the suitable diagram, explain the meaning of the following terms for a concave mirror. First one, center of curvature. Center of curvature means it is present in the spherical mirror. Center of curvature of a spherical mirror. It is the center of the sphere from which this given mirror is a part. You are preparing some concave mirror. So this concave mirror is made from the sphere. The center of that sphere becomes a center of curvature for our concave mirror. Then pole. This is a midpoint or the central point of the section. That means the concave mirror we are making here. This is a midpoint or central point of the section or part of the sphere which is used for making the given spherical mirror. That is concave mirror. Then coming to principal axis. Principal axis of a spherical mirror is the line which is joining the pole of the mirror and also its center of curvature. The horizontal line which you have drawn in your ray diagrams, children. There you have drawn some horizontal line. That horizontal line is joining the pole of the mirror and also center of curvature. Then what is focus? We have a many number of light rays which are parallel to principal axis. All these will meet at a point on the principal axis for a concave spherical mirror. This point we can call it as a focus. Okay, then what type of mirror is used in the following cases? Is the image formed virtual and direct in each case? Makeup mirror, rear view mirror of vehicles, reflecting type of telescope, shaving mirror. Makeup mirror, nothing but concave mirror. Rear view mirror, convex. Reflecting types telescope, concave. Shaving mirror, plane mirror they can use or otherwise concave mirror. Here in these all cases, if you observe, convex mirror will form virtual and direct image in every case. But concave mirror will form virtual and direct image only when the object is taken between focal point and pole. If you take plane mirror every time forms virtual and direct same sized image.